What an amazing day for football it was. We actually had some fans back in the grounds. We had three games today where fans were allowed to attend. We had the Chelsea game against Leeds, which I'm going to be reviewing for you shortly. We also had West Ham against the Manchester Zebras. And we had the early game of Manchester City against Fulham, where fans were allowed to attend. Unfortunately, no fans actually turned up, but that is hardly very surprising. On to the Chelsea Leeds game. I think it was an amazing game of football. It was interesting to see Paddy Bamford opening the scoring up for Leeds. His first goal at Stamford Bridge. Obviously, Chelsea being a club that he was in the squad, but he was always been loaned around to all the other teams, and eventually found his way to Leeds, where he's been a pretty good player for them. He's been really good for the squad actually, as Paddy Bamford, and it was a very good goal that he scored. Chelsea managed to equalise later on in the game. The goal from the corner, it was one of those weird moments. It's kind of like a moment I felt during the World Cup when Trippier took a free kick and I just knew it was going to be a goal. It was that same kind of sixth sense moment I felt as soon as that corner was taken. I just kind of knew that someone was going to get ahead to it just based on the trajectory of the ball, and they did, and it was a really good goal to be fair. And then right at the end of the game, Pulisic gets the third goal, which kind of just puts it in the bed. First half, very entertaining. Second half, it kind of teetered out a little bit, I find. Entertaining moment, I think, is when the Leeds players were just kind of passing it around their own half, just get a bit of possession, get a bit of... I mean, it is good mentality. It's kind of the mentality of a lot of teams at the moment is kind of similar to what Pep Guardiola's brought to the league, which is that kind of positive attacking football gets you results. If you've got possession, you're passing it around, you're going to score more goals. But there's always that risk of it becoming that more sort of Louis van Gaal possession tactic, where it's just kind of keep possession but keep it in your own half, or let's pass it to the goalkeeper, let's pass it around the defence. And I think for Leeds, they don't want to turn into that team. I think the way they've been playing this season, it started off fantastically for them. They were doing really well, getting some results. They've kind of slowed down a bit. They've kind of not been getting the results they need. I mean, they're still 13th. I mean, as of now, that could all change the next day. But yeah, I think they need to just carry on playing that attacking football, and that is going to get them results in the league. And yes, they were unlucky, I suppose, yes, they're unlucky. I think Chelsea were the better side, and when you think about it, Chelsea naturally do have the better squad and should be winning that game, and I suppose they are. In terms of what it means for the league, it is quite exciting league at the moment. I think it could be anyone's game, really. I think, you've got Chelsea, definitely, I would say, are contenders. You might think I'm crazy for thinking that. Tottenham themselves have shown themselves as strong contenders. Obviously, Liverpool, again, are probably going to be contenders, but it's hard to predict. We had an interesting start to the season where we had teams like Everton and Aston Villa topping the table and consistently doing quite well, but they've kind of teetered out a bit as well. I suppose naturally falling down the table. Leicester again have been a good team. They were really good last season. They should have got the Champions League. It was there's unfairness from this biased European court that were this corruption and that, where another team shouldn't have been in the Champions League but managed to bribe a judge or something and lost Leicester their rightful place. But we've spoken about that already. But it would be nice if they were actually able to get a place in the Champions League. It'd be interesting though. It's not a cut and dry season, I don't think, by any stretch. It's exciting. I suppose it's still early. We're only really 10, 11 games into it. So, we'll see. We've still got another 20 or so games to go. So it will be exciting to see what's actually going to happen. Will the fans make a difference now they're back, even at such limited numbers? Who knows? But we'll see, won't we?